Well, howdy diddly dandy there, chums, 'tis I, Captain of the Steves, and today, chums, I'm back in No Man's Sky with a little bit more of an addition to yesterday's news video that I did. I've had a few people ask a few questions, so I figured I'd better jump on in and answer them quickly. So, we only have 6 hours remaining of the current expedition before we move on to the Relics expedition. Now, the questions that I had are mainly around the Relic bones. So let's get into game and let's answer some of those questions. Okay, chums, so the question I was asked is what bones are actually missing? Well, there's a couple of skulls. So on page 2, there's this skull up here, which looks like a mammoth skull. It's got two sort of like tusks. I don't know whether you can see that all too well, but there's a tusky one on this page. And then on the next page, there's this one that almost looks bird-like, like a giant beak open. And then on the last tab are an array of like wings, and there's something else there. I have no idea what that is, like a little stubby tail or something. I don't know what that last one is, but yeah, there's like some wings or claws. So they're the ones. There's five in total that are missing, and I'll imagine everybody has got probably the same 5 that are missing. I don't know why Hello Games have only put these bones inside of the expedition, but apparently you find them at the actual bone camps or the rendezvous points, and they're either with the actual vendor at those camps or they're buried in the ground in the actual camp. So I'm going to be checking all of those areas. A couple of people said to me, you get the bones from the camps. Okay, now I don't know whether you dig them up or whether they're from the vendor. So I don't think anybody's been overly clear as how the bones are gathered. So I can't answer that question. But they're the bones that are missing. They're the bones that I imagine a lot of you guys are missing in the viewerverse, and they're the ones that I'm hoping to grab inside of the expedition that starts tomorrow. Now, the end time of this current expedition is from 6 hours from now, which I'd imagine is around about 1 PM, 2 PM UK time. So I'm imagining the actual expedition relics will probably start at either 1 PM, 2 PM UK time tomorrow on the 3rd of December. While I'm inside of the spatial anomaly, the Quicksilver bar above the actual kiosk, you can see there's a little bit of teal. Not too much more than yesterday, so it's still moving extremely slow. This should be called slow silver, and we're on 10% today, chums, just as a bit of a heads up.
Captain Steve, oh Captain Steve, oh Captain. Heck yeah, why not hit that like and subscribe? Thank you very much.
Well, chums, there is a new patch that's just come out on all platforms. It was released actually yesterday on the 1st of December. This has been sitting in experimental for a little while. I actually reported on this last week or so. But this also stops all the technology slots moving around inside of your Corvette after initiating multiplayer. Now, a lot of people out there in the viewerverse are saying, well, I don't use multiplayer and my technology still moves around. So maybe it's not completely fixed, but at least they've started to look at fixing that. Now, this one here says about the cargo box being a placeholder, and the item is to be unobtainable. So I'm wondering whether they've removed these from inventory or whether they've given them functionality. I'm just teleporting over to a space station and I'm going to see whether I can actually place the cargo box, because I have actually got one inside of my inventory. Then again, maybe I need to check my inventory. It might have been zapped into oblivion. We'll go back into game and we will check. But there we go. There's quite a fair few fixes here. You can see a couple of them are related to fixing of bones and fossils, which our latest expedition that starts tomorrow, Relics, is all about fossils and bones. So it looks like Hello Games is correctly, testing all the fixes for Relics prior to Relics going live, which is very, very reassuring that we might have a seamless expedition. The last one was pretty seamless. I didn't experience any issues in it. So there we go. Anyway, let's jump back into game. Right, well, I guess firstly I ought to check to see whether my my cargo box is... Yeah, look, I've still got it there. Cargo box. It's right there. So they haven't taken it out of our inventory space. But I very much doubt that I'm going to be able to place this cargo box It's almost like it's not registered as a part, maybe. I don't know. Let's go and have a quick look-see anyway. Yeah, modify. Let's have a quick look then. Let's go into the parts catalogue thing. And let's have a look, see if I can see my cargo box, which is actually in my inventory. No, I'm not seeing it there in that menu list, but it might be somewhere else. I mean, I'd imagine it would be in here, because it's functional, isn't it? It's supposed to give more cargo, right? Let's have a look, see. I'll go through these menus and have a little butchers with my eye peepers, but I am not seeing the cargo box in there either. No, I still don't think they've given it functionality, and I think they've relegated it. I don't think it's even registered as a Corvette part now, so it's just a redundant thing. So if I leave workshop, let's see if I can squirrel it away inside of here. Yeah, well, it still registers as being a bloody part then. Well, I'm going to stick it in there. I mean, it's useless. It doesn't do anything. It's just going to take up a slot for a little bit longer. I'm just wondering, because the patch notes said it's a placeholder, whether it's actually a placeholder and it might get replaced with a really funky cool ship part, because that's what placeholder means. It means it's something that's holding the place of something that's going to be cool. But we have had stuff like this happen in the game before. It's like happiness, this thing, and somebody gave me that. I have no idea. It doesn't do anything, but that was a placeholder item inside the game files that never amounted to anything and still doesn't amount to anything. So your guess is as good as mine when it comes to those cargo boxes. But I've had people say, I've got like 50 of these cargo boxes. I hope they get functionality given to them, and just, you know, I don't think that Hello Games hasn't changed anything with that. I mean, am I wrong in that thinking? But anyway, people, tomorrow the Relics expedition is about to start. I think I'm all prepped for it. What I could do is perhaps look at the previous Relics expedition and see what the milestones were, and try to discern the sort of things that I might want to take with me in between now and then. But to be honest, I think I might just run it completely blind, have a little bit of fun with it, you know, why not, and see if I can get these bones over, so at least I can complete my catalogue. But anyway, that's everything I've got for you. So it's a very dry news day, but at the same time, hopefully you found this informative. Until next time, goodbye, and goodbye again.